Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you decided to join me. I'm back in the kitchen with my apron on, and I'm going to bake a cranberry orange loaf for our Thanksgiving morning breakfast. So join me in the kitchen and let's get to cooking. Hey y'all, let's get to cooking. Here's what we're doing today at Memaw's house. Here are the ingredients that we'll be using to make our orange cranberry loaf. 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon each of baking soda and salt, 1 tablespoon of grated orange zest, 1½ cups of fresh cranberries, a half a cup of pecans, a quarter cup of butter softened, I melted mine, a cup of white sugar, a large egg, and 3/4 cup of orange juice. And for the glaze, we're going to use some zest, juice, and some powdered sugar. Now let's get these oranges zested and we'll get them juiced. Now, in order to get the most juice out of my orange, I've made sure that it's at room temperature, and then I roll it between my hand and the counter so that the juices can be released from the orange more readily. Now that the oranges are zested and juiced and my butter is in the microwave melting, I can go ahead and pull my wet ingredients together. And that includes my 1 cup of sugar, the 3/4 cup of orange juice, the butter, the egg, and I will add the zest of the orange at that time. This is a really simple recipe that you can pull together in one bowl with a whisk or a spoon. And I actually am going to use my spatula to get this all mixed together. Because it's something that should be easy. It's usually called a quick bread, a quick sweet bread. And that's why it's called a quick bread, because we can quickly add these things together for a breakfast on Thanksgiving or Christmas or any other morning that you want to cook it. Now, I'm cooking mine in the middle of the day, but we'll have it on Thanksgiving morning. Now, before I add my orange juice and my zest to my egg, butter, and sugar mixture, I'm going to go ahead and get my dry ingredients together. Because once all the wet ingredients are in the bowl, then I can add the dry ingredients and we can mix things up. And yes, I am using the palm of my hand to measure out my baking soda, my salt, and my baking powder. I've been doing this for a good little while, so I do have a good feel for how much a half a teaspoon feels like in my hand. But if you don't have that practice, go ahead and use your measuring spoons. And sometimes Memaw will use her measuring spoon too. So ain't nothing wrong with a measuring spoon. Pull them out. Now I'm going to incorporate half of my lemon zest into my batter, and then the other half I'm going to put into the glaze. Okay, all of my flavoring is in my liquid ingredients, and I can go ahead now and add half of the flour. I'm not even going to mix it because I want to coat my cranberries and my pecans so that they don't sink to the bottom of my batter. So I'm leaving out part of my flour in my big measuring cup so that I can add my cranberries and pecans and then get them coated with the rest of the flour. Oh mercy, and I'm making a mess with the cranberries. So let's get them up and then we'll move on from there. Y'all know we have these little accidents in the kitchen. I'm just glad it's not liquid. Now that they're all coated and all over the counter with the flour, y'all see I'm on the struggle bus today, but I'm going to get this bread made. Now that it's coated, my cranberries and my pecans are coated with the flour. I don't feel like they're going to sink, so I'm going to go ahead and mix my wet ingredients and my dry ingredients, and our batter will be done. Now, wasn't that quick and easy? Now, let's go ahead and spray our pan. This is a non-stick pan, but I still like to spray it because, you know, I'm old school and I don't want my stuff sticking. So I'm going to go ahead and spray my pan, and then I'll add my batter. I'll put it in a 350-degree oven and let it bake for about 40 minutes. So the orange cranberry loaf is in the oven and it's going to bake for about 40 minutes. We're going to keep our eye on it. We want it golden brown. We don't want it too brown. We want it done. So come on back and we're getting ready to make the glaze. Now you notice that I did not measure the juice from the first couple of little cuties that I used, but I want to measure the amount that I get out of these next two cuties that I'm going to cut so that I can have a better idea of how much juice I'm getting out of for the whole amount. So that's where I came up with the 1/4 cup of orange juice. But of course, you know you're going to add as much juice as you need to make your glaze the consistency that you want. So add it slowly, take your time, and get it the consistency that you like. Can you see? Okay, y'all, I have my glaze done. I've stirred it. You see that it's a running consistency. It's a drizzleable consistency. Let me give it a taste. It's orange. It's very tasty. So this is ready. So when the bread gets ready, we can pull it out of the oven, let it cool, get it on a rack, and let it cool for a little bit, and then we'll put our glaze on. Now our loaf has cooled for about 20 to 30 minutes. It's still warm, but it is, I think that it'll be okay with the glaze on it. So I'm going to break the sides loose because, you know, cranberries do tend to break loose in the batter, and it might stick to the sides, but it did not, and it's beautiful. Now I'm just going to pour the glaze over, and you see, and my loaf kind of sunk in the middle after it started to cool, but that's okay. I don't mind having a little extra glaze in the center. Either way, we're going to cut this loaf and we're going to eat it. Whether it has a puddle in the middle or not, we're going to eat it. And there she is, the cranberry orange loaf. And it is smelling fabulous. So I'm going to give this a taste test. Okay, y'all, so I got me a piece of bread, and you know I gotta taste it. It's not quite warm out the oven, but it is nice and ready. That ain't what I wanted to say either. Okay, y'all, so I got me a slice of bread. I've let it cool, and I put the icing on it, the glaze on it. And I just wanted to taste a little piece. See how it looks? Can you see that? Yeah, okay. Let's taste it. It's chock full of cranberries and pecans, and it looks fabulous. It's nice and soft to the touch. The cranberry is good and tart, but then it is offset by the orange glaze. The orange glaze is sweet enough, and it is enough to kind of take it over the edge. It would be fabulous with a cup of coffee in the morning. Easy for me to say, but it would be fabulous with a cup of coffee in the morning. So I hope that you give this recipe a try. Try it out for your Thanksgiving morning, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Oh, and be blessed. Bye. I was on the struggle bus with this video. Couldn't get the ending right. Here's some bloopers. Okay, y'all, so I'm here. I'm going to taste my cranberry orange muffin. Nope, it's a cranberry orange bread. And here we go. The cranberry is nice and tart, but the glaze is good and sweet. And the cake, the bread, I want to call it the muffin, I want to call it the bread, I want to call it cake. Okay, y'all, so I'm here. I'm going to taste my cranberry orange bread. Let me get just a pinch. It's chock full of nuts, and you see I've been eating on it, and cranberries and everything. Yep. Perfect for Thanksgiving morning or Christmas morning, whichever morning you want it to be for. I can't get it. Okay, that's all right. Sometimes you just have to laugh at yourself. But this was a good loaf, bread, muffin, cake, whatever you want to call it. It was tasty. And we will probably make this again sometime during this season. And I also want to take this time to thank you all for being such great subscribers. Thank you for being part of Memaw's family. And if you haven't already subscribed, please feel free to do so. We have a little fun over here every now and then. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing and for your wonderful comments. I love having conversations with you all. Y'all have a good Thanksgiving and be blessed. Bye.